All right, let me tell you something about Neptune. Even though most people only know it as the farthest planet from the Sun, the truth is, Neptune is far more mysterious, far more unpredictable, and honestly, much scarier than you think Neptune is, a world humanity has barely even peeked at. It's so far away that even light takes over 4 hours to reach it. So far that even our best telescopes give us images that look like someone trying to zoom in, but their hands won't stop shaking. And yet somehow Neptune remains one of the most beautiful objects in the entire solar system. Imagine approaching Neptune. First, there's nothing, just endless black silence, emptiness. And then suddenly, a gigantic blue sphere appears out of the void. Not regular blue, not ocean blue, but electric blue, almost glowing, almost unreal, as if some cosmic artist dipped their brush into pure neon blue paint and splashed it across the canvas of space. That color comes from methane gas. Methane absorbs most of the red light and bounces the blue right back at us. That's why Neptune is the deepest, most intense blue in the entire solar system. Not a sea, not a sky, a whole planet. But beneath that gorgeous blue, that's where the nightmare starts. Because the winds on Neptune aren't winds like we know them. Neptune has storms whipping around at 1,500 kilometers per hour. Do you know what that means? That's faster than sound. If you put a tank in that storm, it wouldn't stand a chance. It would get tossed like a toy. And those winds don't move nice and steady. They twist and spiral, forming massive black storms. Those dark spots you see on Neptune, they're not shadows, they're planet-sized hurricanes, bigger than Earth, drifting across the atmosphere like black bruises. And the temperature? Here's the brutal truth. The outer layer of Neptune sits at around minus 220 degrees Celsius. That's the kind of cold where your breath freezes before it even leaves your lungs. Astronaut suits would crack apart in seconds. But here's the plot twist. As cold as Neptune is on the outside, its interior is unbelievably hot. We're talking nearly 5,000 degrees Celsius at the core. So Neptune is basically a cosmic paradox, a frozen giant wrapped around a burning heart. Now you might wonder, okay, but can we land on it? And the answer is no, absolutely not. Neptune has no solid surface, no ground, no soil, no place to stand. It's layers and layers of gas, turning into strange, exotic, slushy ices under massive pressure. Then deeper down, a boiling mix of superheated materials you can't even describe with normal states of matter. You don't land on Neptune. You sink. You get crushed. You get vaporized. And Neptune's magnetic field? Completely chaotic. While Earth's magnetic field is nicely aligned, Neptune's is tilted at a wild 47-degree angle. Like the planet got dizzy and its magnetic field fell sideways, and it spins fast, really fast. One day on Neptune lasts only 16 hours, which is ironic because it's so far away that it barely gets sunlight, yet it rotates like it's in a hurry. Put all of this together, and Neptune is basically saying, if you want to visit me, you better come prepared. I'm not like the others. Mars, child's play. Venus, sure, it's deadly hot, but at least it makes sense. Neptune is on an entirely different level. It's like space itself decided to create a boss-level planet. Living here would be the greatest engineering challenge humanity has ever faced. And believe me, this is just the introduction. Understanding Neptune is only the first step, because in the next part, we get into the real question. How could humans actually survive here? Would we live above it, around it, inside its atmosphere? Or is there a completely different solution? Before we even talk about humans living on Neptune, let's get one thing straight. No human being will ever walk on Neptune. Not today, not in 100 years, probably not ever. Because Neptune doesn't have a surface. There's no ground waiting underneath the clouds, no soil, no rock, nothing you can land on. If you tried, Neptune would simply pull you in, downward, into thicker, heavier, more chaotic layers of gas and pressure until you were crushed long before you even realized what was happening. So instead of asking, how do we live on Neptune? We have to ask, How do we live above Neptune? And that opens the door to one of the wildest survival concepts in human history: floating habitats. Yes, actually floating. It sounds like sci-fi, right? Floating cities above a violent gas giant? But here's the twist. Scientifically, it's far more realistic than trying to land anywhere near Neptune's interior. Neptune's upper atmosphere, thousands of kilometers above the deadly storm layers, has zones where the pressure is manageable, the winds slow down dramatically, and temperatures, while still extremely cold, are stable enough for engineered habitats. Not comfortable, not warm, but predictable enough to build something. Imagine enormous floating stations, not balloons, not airships, but megastructures the size of cities, suspended in the sky the way submarines float in water. Because Neptune's dense atmosphere actually helps. A sealed, pressurized structure could achieve buoyancy just like a submarine. Only this time, floating in gas instead of liquid. You wouldn't go outside, of course. Opening a door would kill you instantly. But inside, you could walk, sleep, work, farm, and run scientific labs. Living above Neptune is the only realistic path. But what about the storms? Neptune's storms are terrifying. They're the strongest in the entire solar system. Some winds reach 1,500 kilometers per hour, faster than sound. But here's the surprisingly good news. Most of that chaos happens deep below, far beneath where floating cities would hover. Picture Neptune's atmosphere in 3 layers. 1. The chaos zone far below. Black storms, insane winds, freezing gases. 2. The transition zone. Still dangerous, but more stable. 3. The upper atmosphere. Thin, cold, but calm enough for engineered habitats. Our floating cities would stay high above the danger. From up there, you'd see planet-sized storms swirling far below like moving oceans of darkness. Beautiful and horrifying. So how would humans stay alive up there? Let's break it down, but in a simple, human way. 1. Extreme heating and insulation. Outside, minus 200 degrees Celsius, instant frostbite, instant lung freeze, instant death. Inside, a warm, Earth-like temperature created by nuclear or fusion reactors. 2. Magnetic shielding. Neptune's magnetic field is chaotic, and tilted radiation exposure would be deadly without man-made shielding. Basically a miniature artificial magnetosphere surrounding the habitat. 3. Artificial gravity, optional. Neptune's gravity is close to Earth's, but floating habitats might orbit or hover. Rotating modules could simulate gravity where needed. 4. Fuel and energy from Neptune itself. Neptune actually becomes an energy goldmine. Its atmosphere is full of hydrogen, helium, methane, all potential fuel sources, especially for fusion reactors. Imagine humanity living above Neptune and using the planet itself as an energy powerhouse. What would daily life feel like? Here's the part that feels surreal. Life above Neptune wouldn't feel like living on a planet. No streets, no grass, no beaches, no sky. Instead, you'd live inside a massive metallic habitat suspended in eternal twilight, surrounded by deep electric blue clouds. Looking out of the window, you'd see swirling methane, clouds glowing blue storms, dark hurricanes bigger than Earth, layers of gas moving like ocean waves. It would be hypnotic and terrifying at the same time. You'd know that just below your floating city is a bottomless, crushing, frozen, storm-filled abyss. But above, a quiet, dark, endless sky. Neptune would be the most beautiful prison humanity has ever built. But is it survivable? Safe? Not really. Nothing about Neptune is safe, but possible? Yes, absolutely. With enough technology, enough energy, and enough determination, humans could create floating colonies above Neptune, not on land, not underground, but suspended in the clouds of a gas giant, like a city hanging in the sky. And that, Bryn? So after everything we've talked about, after the storms, the impossible cold, the floating cities, the danger, You might be asking, okay, but why would humans even go to Neptune? What's the point? And honestly, that's the best question so far, because no one, absolutely no one, is going to risk their lives on a planet like Neptune unless the reward is enormous. And the truth is, Neptune has rewards you can't find anywhere else. Let's break this down, not with boring science jargon, but like we're two friends talking about the craziest idea humanity has ever had. 1. Neptune is an energy goldmine. Let's start with the big one. Neptune is basically a gigantic tank of fuel. Not gasoline, not oil, but the stuff future civilizations desperately need. Hydrogen, helium-3, methane. These gases are the key ingredients for fusion energy, the same process that powers stars. Fusion energy is humanity's dream, clean, infinite, safe power. And Neptune? It has more fusion fuel than Earth could ever produce or extract. Imagine a floating city above Neptune, extracting gases from the atmosphere, turning them into fusion fuel, then sending that fuel across the solar system. Neptune could become the power station of humanity. 2. A perfect testing ground for extreme engineering. Neptune is brutal, and that's exactly why we'd go there. If humanity can build floating cities above Neptune, if we can survive winds faster than sound, if we can shield ourselves from chaotic magnetic fields, then we can survive anywhere Neptune becomes a training ground for living on gas giants, building megastructures, artificial gravity, magnetic shielding, deep space energy production, long-term off-Earth settlements, master Neptune, and the entire solar system becomes accessible. 3. Neptune could be humanity's stepping stone to the outer solar system. Past Neptune lies a huge region called the Kuiper Belt, filled with icy worlds, dwarf planets, and unknown objects. And one day humanity might want to explore. Triton, Pluto, Haumea, Makemake, Eris. Thousands of icy bodies we haven't even named yet. But to explore that far out, we need a base. Earth is too far, Mars is too warm, the moon is too small. But Neptune? A floating colony around Neptune could become the gateway to the deep outer frontier, a spaceport at the edge of the solar system. 4. Neptune's moon. Triton is one of the most interesting worlds we've ever found. If Neptune is the monster, Triton is the treasure beside it. Triton is geologically active, has geysers, may have a subsurface ocean, may support exotic forms of life, moves in the wrong direction, retrograde orbit, and might actually be a captured dwarf planet. Some scientists think Triton might even be better than Europa or Enceladus. When it comes to hosting life, living above Neptune makes exploring Triton 100 times easier. Neptune equals the fortress. Triton equals the secret vault inside humanity would absolutely want to check it out. 5. Long-term survival. Neptune is stable and reliable. The sun will eventually expand. Inner planets will heat up. Earth won't stay habitable forever. But Neptune, it's far, cold, stable, and calm in terms of long-term cosmic danger. A society living above Neptune might endure for thousands, even millions out of years. If humanity wants a backup civilization, somewhere extremely far from the sun's future chaos, Neptune becomes a surprisingly logical choice. 6. And finally, humans are explorers. Always have been. Let's be honest. Even if Neptune had nothing, no fuel, no science value, no strategic importance, we'd still go, because humans look at dangerous, impossible places and ask, what's out there? We climbed Everest for no reason. We crossed oceans in wooden ships. We flew to the moon just to prove we could. Neptune, it's the ultimate challenge, the ultimate frontier, the kind of impossible dream that shapes history. And maybe one day, a child born in a floating city above Neptune might look down at the swirling blue storms and feel something powerful. This is home,